Good morning. We're leaving Maine today. I say that very excitedly, but like at the same time, I also still feel like I'm dealing with some feelings of like I've been defeated by the summer heat in Maine, and a little bit like I should have the fortitude to stick it out, you know. But here's the thing, I don't. I can't handle the heat and the humidity here. And so since yesterday, since we decided that we're definitely going to go ahead and leave, I've been like debating exactly where I should go, because there's also this part of me that's like, well, you just did the San Juan Islands last year, like, can you really just go back there? Like, you're supposed to be a traveler, you know. So like or a few of you guys recommended the Rockies, and then a couple of people have talked about maybe I should go to Michigan, which was the UP of Michigan, which was a thing that I thought about. So I've been looking at the weather at those places just to check them out, and in the UP in Mackinac City, it's going to be upper 80s in a couple of days. And in the Rockies, I couldn't find any place that seemed like it was also going to be like, mostly really comfortable weather. And then I go back and I look at, Port Townsend and Anacortes, and it's like in the low 60s. Like the highest temperature that I saw was 70 degrees. I'm like, I know I just did it. But here's the thing. I didn't see an orca. I didn't see no orca when I was over there. I need another chance at the orca spotting. And a lot of you guys are telling me that there's plenty of orca spottings there right now. And I have to tell you, to me, like, orcas are magic. They're like magical. And the idea, like, I want to see one so bad. So that's what I'm telling myself. Okay, maybe I went there last year, fine. But not only is it like, my favorite place that I've ever visited in my whole wide world life, but also like maybe I could see orca, and the weather there is like so perfect for van life, and there's so many places to park. Like, I just never had a problem finding a place to park over there, like, at all. There's no Walmarts or Cracker Barrels or anything like that. You got to do street parking, but I had no problem with that at all. There's lots of places that you can just use that little trick. If you find some street parking next to an apartment complex, you be a little stealth, you're good to go. So that's what we're doing. Now, getting across the country is going to be a thing, because there are some like upper 90s and shit that I have to drive through. I do know that I could go up through Canada. I mean, I could, but like, my anxiety ain't gonna let me do that. Just the idea of waiting in line to get across the border, and then like answering all the questions to get across the border, and then like trying to get back across the border into my home country. I can't do it. So I think I'm just gonna skirt, the border, because it seems like it's fairly okay up there. But I'm gonna have to just book it. I overestimated or underestimated a little bit about how long I thought it was gonna take for me to get across. I was like, I can get there in a week. And I could, and I might, because I really don't like to drive any more than really 3 hours a day is kind of my comfortable max, But it is like, even just going through like North Dakota and Montana, like all of that is going to be hot as a butt. So, what was I saying? I said hot as a butt and I got distracted. All I'm saying is that we're leaving today. I don't know exactly where we're going yet. Exactly which route we're going to take, but we are definitely going back to the San Juan Islands. Like, they're beckoning me. How am I supposed to like not listen to orca surrounded islands with perfect temperature and plenty of parking beckoning to me? Okay, so it's going to take me a few days to get there. Easy enough. I can do that. So I will check in with you tonight, wherever I parked tonight, and let you know where I am. But all these videos get posted at least 2 weeks after I actually make them. But I'll check in with you still. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I'm so excited. Like, I am bubbling up. I can't believe I'm going back to the sea. I can't believe I'm gonna see Mount Rainier again. Oh, okay. Anyway, let's go.
I have a friend who always checks in, wondering how I've been. I have a friend who always shows up again and again and again.
We are driving through, I'm probably not going to say it right, but I think it's Worcester, Massachusetts right now. And it reminded me that I need to make a correction about the Q&A. During the Q&A, I was asked about celebrity crushes. And I talked about my two, I guess, the biggest celebrities, and that is Kate Winslet and Charlie Hunnam. But I wasn't thinking about Sam Cedar from The Majority Report, who is my #1 crush. But I wasn't really thinking of him as a celebrity, but he is a celebrity. And I should have, I mean, how dare I not talk about Mr. Cedar? So anyway, I'm pretty sure that Worcester is his like hometown. So anyways, we're driving through my baby doll's hometown. I love you, Sam. I'm so sorry that I forgot. I know you don't know who I am, and that is all right because that is for the best. But I just want you to know you're amazing and your town is cute. And I'm so glad it wasn't Boston. Okay, thank you.
All right, we're in another Walmart tonight in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. I asked like 3 different people in the Walmart, and all of them said, I think it's okay to park there overnight, but nobody knew for sure, so we might get the knock. But you know what? I'm finding that I'm like not as nervous about that anymore. So I think the longer you do something, the more comfortable you get with it. Imagine that. So, I mean, if they make me move, I'll move. It's not a big deal. But I think it'll be fine for tonight. It seems like the Walmarts in the Northeast are pretty open to it. I did not find really any on the West Coast that are okay with you staying overnight there. But here, a lot of the Walmarts are. You have to go in and ask because there often is the signs that say overnight parking prohibited. But if you go in and ask, they'll tell you, yeah, it's fine. They just don't want you there any more than like 24 hours at a time. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to chill like villains. Like villains. Do villains chill? Why do I feel like that's a saying? Chilling like a villain. It is a saying. We're going to chill like a villain tonight. Only we're not going to be villainous about it. And then we're going to get back on the road tomorrow because I'm really, really excited. The closer we get, the more I think about it, the more excited I get. I can't believe I'm going back to Washington. Okay. Good night.
I know when I'm feeling low, I have a friend. I have a friend.
Time for an oil change. Look at my pretty little pastoral view. I'm at the Cracker Barrel in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, where I got the oil change. And ain't that just as pretty as you can imagine a Cracker Barrel view could be? There it is. I can hear the fireworks. And I can see fireflies. Wait, I can kind of see them. Ha! How cool is that? Happy Independence Day, y'all.
I have a friend who's a hoot and a half. We laugh, laugh, and laugh. Can't wait to see ya. Can't wait to hug ya. I can't wait.
I'm in Ohio for the night, and it's too hot for bangs. Truck stop.
So yesterday I'm trying to figure out exactly the route that I want to take to get back to Washington. And Moose in here told me that Glacier National Park, that I should check out Glacier National Park. I looked it up on the map and it's only 2 hours out of the way. So you know I'm going to be doing that. So I'm like trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to go that way, I'm going to go that way. And then when I'm looking at the map, they give me 2 options. And one of the options brings me up through Michigan and through the UP. Oh, and it's only adding 3 hours to the trip. So worth it, 100% worth it. And you know, life is funny, right? Because so part of the whole reason why I was in, you know, I went east just to get the bus, right? That was like literally the only reason I went east. I had no reason to be on the east other than that.
And eventually, I always knew I was going to go back west because that's where my daughter is. So I always knew eventually I was going to have to head back west. But I was just trying to sort of make the best of the east since I was there anyway. But I just couldn't handle the heat. I couldn't handle the heat. Just stay there all summer long. And a lot of you guys have said, well, just go to Washington now and then go back for the fall colors in the fall. And that's not really an option. I'm not going to be able to afford gas to go back and forth across the country like that. I don't want to put wear and tear on the van going back and forth like that. So I was going to have to spend the money to, you know, get the gas to get back west either way. It was just a matter of when was I going to do it. So, but my whole point of telling you that is that, you know, I was so bummed that I wussed out and couldn't handle the heat in Maine. And I was going to miss the New England colors and all of that. And I was really bummed about that. But now that I've figured out my route back west, and I'm realizing that I get to see the UP and Glacier Mountain National Park, whatever that name, Glacier Mountain, maybe it is, I don't know. Anyway, National Park in Montana, that I'm going to get to see those two things, which I might not have had a chance to see otherwise at all. Like if I had waited in Maine until the fall and then left, I would have been having to skedaddle pretty fast because the weather was not going to let me take the northern route. That is faux show. So I would have had to skedaddle, and it would have been like a rush, and because I would have had to wait, till the fall colors, and then right after the fall colors, it gets cold up there, So I would have missed out on this. I wouldn't have been able to take my time getting over there, stop at the cool places on the way, see Glacier National Park, which I wanted to see for a while. I get to drive through Montana, which I have wanted to do for so long. And I know it's going to be really hot and I'm not going to be able to stay, but I am going to get to drive through it, and I wouldn't have been able to do that. So even though it's kind of sad that I wussed out and I just could not stick it out in the Northeast to see them dang old colors, and I probably really will never have a chance to see them because I just don't see I don't see any reason why I would ever end up back in the East again. So that, that's a bummer. But because I'm leaving early, I get to do some other really cool shit that I've been wanting to do too. So, life is funny. Sometimes it just works out really well. I am giddy with joy over it. So right now we are in the middle of Michigan, heading due north. Well, it says northwest on my thing down there, but it's mostly north. And then we're gonna cross the bridge. And anyway, so I just am very excited. And that's that. I am in. No, I'm not gonna say this right, but Tappanabee, Michigan, and it is so lovely. Like coming all the way up through Michigan, it was so hot and humid, and I was going, have I made a mistake here? And there's like this big slowdown to get across the bridge, Mackinac Bridge. So I was like, I'm just gonna stop at a rest area, before there and tackle the bridge tomorrow. But I was like, I probably can't get out of the heat until I get all the way over there. But no, because Tappanabee, I don't even think I need my fans here, y'all. I could almost cry. It feels so good. I'm not sweating. I mean, it's a little rainy, but I'm pretty sure the sun's going to come out fairly soon. I have to look at the weather again, but I think it's going to come out. I don't even care because, I can handle gray clouds if at least it feels really nice, and it does. And because I've been driving, I don't even need to charge anything. I am all charged up, and I am not sweating, and leaving Maine was the best decision I have ever made. And I'm going to stay on top of the beach tonight, and then we'll go into the upper P tomorrow.
Mi amigo, where you go, I go. Mi amigo, if you have to go alone, doesn't mean that I don't care, doesn't mean that I'm not there, it just means I'm gonna love you from here.
I'm just waiting for the car to take off like at the ending of Grease. It looks like we're getting ready to launch off into the sky. This is one of the coolest bridges I've ever been over. I love this so much. This is Mackinac Mackinac or Mackinac. I don't know. I get them mixed up. Bridge. But you probably already knew that.
I have friends, they're big and small, short and tall, I love them all. I have friends who are young and old, hearts full of gold.
We have arrived in the Upper Peninsula. On the Upper Peninsula, in the Upper Peninsula general area, you know what I mean. So I guess this is probably a good time to go ahead and shut the video down. It's probably been long enough, and then we're gonna do like a couple of days here in the UP, so that'll probably be its own little video. I have to tell you, I am really feeling good about the decision that we made to go ahead and leave Maine, which, I mean, you know, like, Maine was wonderful, and if I had been able to afford to like go into a hotel every time it got really hot or something, I would have stayed, because Maine was lovely. So it's nothing against Maine at all. It's just really hard when you have a van and not enough electricity. It's just, and not enough fortitude, which is just the frank truth, right? I just did not have the fortitude for it. So that's more on me than on Maine, frankly. So I don't want anybody to think I didn't like Maine, because I did. It was just too hot for me in a van. Anyways, so I am feeling very good about the decision that we've made. I'm really, really excited about the stuff we get to see on the way, and I'm really, really excited about being back in Washington. So all of it is good, in my opinion. And I really appreciate the fact that you have come with me this far, and I hope that you're having a fantastic day, and I will update y'all as soon as I can. I love you. Bye.